Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to DevBlog 20. If you thought the current state of survival was anything like the game is going to be in its final state, this devblog just kind of throws all that out the window. The information in this devblog just shows us that we are just in the very, very beginning of survival right now, and it is going to be a completely different game in Chapter 2. And does Chapter 2 indicate there's probably going to be a Chapter 3 and 4 and however many? I don't know. But we're going to deep dive into all the details of this devblog, what it might mean for survival, and see if we can notice any finer details that maybe aren't as obvious. All right, so here we go. 2020 is coming to a close, and we're here to end it on a good note with a special devblog. Here are some of the things that we've been working on since the release of survival mode earlier this year. We've been hard at work on the next chapter, and we'll be announcing its official name at a later date, but until then, here are some of the things we managed to liberate from the Scrap HQ's secret drawing board. All right. So I know that a big thing about this devblog is the introduction of the underground and the mining area. And you can see this is clearly an image of the mines. Looks like we got some auto mining arm machine things. I'm curious if these are actually going to be animated or if these are just going to be like shut down. Is this whole thing going to be like a vacant shut down area? But considering the rest of the bots are pretty active, it would be cool if these are animated too. So I'm assuming that this is then the mine shaft, which will lead us down into areas like this. Looks like we got some probably maze-like tunnels with various passageways to go. And I guess this is some art, not an actual screenshot, but some concept art of what the underground looks like. This is interesting. This looks like it's a round room. I wonder if that's the bottom of this. But you would think there'd be a floor or something if you're going to be taking an elevator down, or maybe you don't take an elevator down, maybe you fall down. And this is really interesting. This is a very, very different scene, different colors that we see from like these areas. So I wonder if there's something special about this particular room. Look at this. We got all the plateaus, like just weird things. This looks like a nightmare to navigate. There's probably like going to be loot on these areas. How cool would it be to have it? There's water. There's water down here. How cool would it be to build an underground base? Oh, that seems fun. You can build bridges. Do I see another suspension bridge video in the future? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. It might be fun though. All right, so it looks like I got some more random concept art for, I don't know. Is that a ball? Is that some type of, I don't know what that is. Oh, this is interesting. So we have a folding gate. 1, 2. This gate is like, this looks like what would be the bottom of this area. So that folding gate is probably up above here, but I'm not too sure what the rest of this stuff is really indicating. And then it looks like we have another underground like biome, if you want to call it. It looks like there's like stalactites and just a rocky cave, perhaps. I don't know what this is. This rocks or is this moisture, water? That looks like water right there. I wonder if that's water that we can actually pick up or if it's like just a puddle, like too shallow. All right, so going underground. This new location includes new adventures and gameplay options that we can't wait to share with you. This new chapter of survival mode adds new quests and NPCs that will take you to the next stop in your journey, the mining island. Oh, all of this is on an island. That's interesting. For the first time in scrap mechanic history, you will be delving deep into the planet's mines to uncover new big secrets. Here's a sneak peek into some of the features and concepts of the underground that are currently in progress. All right, so that's the underground. So up next, it looks like we have a new bot. It seems to be a trash heap, like just a dump. It's just a trash bot. I wonder if it's gonna have some type of poison effect. I don't know if they're gonna be introducing some, damage over time poison, but look at this. This is the top of the warehouse. There's finally gonna be something at the top of the warehouse. Oh, and this is interesting. It looks like these are barriers that they built. I wonder if you can build resistant barriers to particular bots or to this guy and then hide behind them. That'll be interesting. So here is the size comparison between the Trashbot and the mechanic. It looks massive. And it also looks pretty disgusting. So yeah, it definitely fires projectiles out of those things on the side. Straight shots, it says, and it can swivel. So I'm assuming it has the top of it. Yeah, right there. You can see the top of it's gonna work like a turret, I suppose. Oh, that's interesting. So not only can it shoot projectiles, but it looks like this slime pile that it stands on top, it looks like it can send out waves of slime. And apparently a barf ball. It can send out a barf ball that can curve and roll. I wonder if it's gonna home in on you or if it's just gonna have like a curve. So this is important information here. If we encounter the Trashbot, apparently the eye is the weak spot, and we shoot the eye and its head will fall out, and then we gotta hammer the energy source. Can you shoot the energy source, or does it have to be a hammer? All right, so it's a good thing ScrapMan doesn't come with smell-o-vision, introducing the biggest bot we've made so far, the Trashbot. This smelly clanker is the very first boss of the game. So I've been calling the big red guys boss bots because they're the currently hardest bot in the game, but apparently they're not even considered bosses to the ScrapMan devs. They're just enemies in the world. So this is actually a boss. I'm just gonna call them big reds from now on, not bosses anymore. Rumor has it that you can find it on the warehouse rooftop collecting junk. If you do run into him, you best have your spud gun at hand, or you will end up in the trash with the rest of the smelly produce. So I'm really, really curious. The warehouse has always been like this big mystery about, like, you know, what is going to be the big payoff of the warehouse other than the loot room. Like, what's the point of getting to the roof of the warehouse? And it looks like it's this guy. But why? What does he have? He's literally a pile of trash. I guess one man's trash is a scrap mechanic's treasure. So I wonder what kind of treasures he's going to have for defeating him. All right, and up next, these look like wheels. Look like different levels of wheels that we have here. This is really interesting. Look at these things. Sticky wheels. This is something I did not predict at all as even ever being a thing in Scrap Mechanic. New update, new parts, and these wheels will be a lot of fun. With the help of the new sticky wheels, you'll be putting together vehicles that can dig and drive in every direction. So you can go deeper than any mechanic has ever gone before. Now that confuses me a lot. What do they mean by dig? What do they mean by dig? Because right now we got drills and we can drill into rocks, but that's not digging. There's no digging to be had right now. So is the introduction of a mining island gonna also be introducing a terraforming mechanic? Can we actually dig underground and be able to drive down a shaft that we dig? Or is this, you know, is this just going to be pre-dug holes that we can drive into on Mining Island? But it says you'll be putting together vehicles that can dig. Right? I don't know if this was, if this is just a misunderstanding, but this to me seems to be a clear indicator of some type of terraforming thing. I could be wrong about that, but that's what that means to me. I don't know if that means the same thing to you guys, but that's what I'm getting from that, and I hope that I'm right. All right, moving on. This looks terrifying. Not visually terrifying, but conceptually terrifying. Red Guy. Is that really the name? Man, okay, so we already have a Red Guy, and it's the big Red Guy. I guess they're technically called farm bots, the big ones, but I guess this guy's gonna be called Red Guy. All right, a new challenger explodes into the scene. It's the latest addition to the Tote Bot family, the red Tote Bot. Those canisters on his head explode on contact. Ugh. So make sure you keep this one at a distance. Pro tip, try getting it with a few well-placed spud shots before it gets too close for comfort. These are gonna be a nightmare. These are gonna be such a nightmare, everybody. I'm just imagining my base I have right now, and if these guys approached it, there's no way they're not gonna do damage if I don't personally shoot them on their way in. Like, all of my defenses kind of require them to get close, and then they die, and if they die close, then you explode. I don't know how easy it's going to be to automate a defense against these guys that doesn't itself get destroyed, because keeping them at a distance is not going to be easy automatically. So I think these are going to be like some of the bigger threats. The question is, what triggers them to appear at a raid? What level of crop is going to call these guys in? All right, up next we have a new crop to plant. Apparently hot chilies. With great chili comes great responsibility. This plant is definitely going to bring the heat on you and your farm. So make sure you give your base defenses a boost, because those chilies sound like trouble. Just watch out for the kind of bot it attracts. It looks like a handful. I'm assuming that the chilies are connected with this, because it's talking about heat, it's talking about giving base defenses a boost, and this is the only real new bot other than the Trashbot that they're teasing here. So I'm assuming that chilies are going to be like a particular crop that spawns the red guys. But why do we want chilies? What are the chilies good for? All I get from this is that you're gonna regret planting chilies because your base is gonna get attacked by a more troubling bot. But what's the upside? There's no upside listed here whatsoever. Why do I want this? Tell me why I want this grind mechanic. You know what would be awesome? It would be really cool if fire was like a mechanic in the game that they're going to be introducing in chapter 2, and you need chilies to power or fuel your flamethrower. Kind of like you need potatoes to fuel your spud guns. What if you need chilies to fuel a flamethrower? That's my best guess. Let me know if you guys have any other theories in the comments. All right, it looks like we got a new drill, and this thing looks awesome. Look at that. So it looks like it opens up and then it shoots like a beam out. Look at these things. So there's 2 different kinds on here, and oh, is this how you terraform? So we got the sticky wheels, we got an open drill, and we got a closed drill. So I'm wondering if these drills can double, have a multifunction, where if they're closed, they work as like a normal drill, and then when they open, they have this special feature. They got the special feature. All right, so plasma drill. The basic drill is a great tool attached to your vehicle for digging, but it can't break through some of the tough layers of rock in the underground. Okay, this sentence is very different than saying tough layers of rock underground. Saying in the underground is a particular location. That to me indicates that you're not going to just be digging through the ground. There's going to be a particular type of rock that is in the underground biome that these are going to be good for. All right, so thankfully, it looks like the devs have got you covered, introducing the plasma drill, a new part for your vehicle. With its added power and improved reach, you can bore through the pesky underground bedrock. Did we forget to mention that it's more comfortable to use than the basic drill too? What does that mean? It's more comfortable to use than the basic drill. Comfortable? What makes a drill more or less comfortable? All right, so my best guess as to what this means isn't that we have terraforming. It's that the rocks that are on the surface that we drill with our standard drills are a different type of rock than what we can find underground, and are probably going to give us a different type of material than what we find underground. And you're going to need these drills to get the underground type of rock, which is probably going to be a more valuable resource for your craft bot. Maybe you can get like automatically tier 2 or tier 3 metal from those, or there's probably going to be a new material entirely that we can get. All right, warehouse changes. This is an interesting GIF. And that's right, I said GIF with a hard G, so, you know, come at me, GIFers. That sounded weird. Okay, it looks like the devs are planning to update the warehouse. They'll be giving a bit of a rework by changing a few things around and adding some new elements. For example, parts that the mechanics find inside the warehouse are not removable at this moment. However, they will be after this update, but that's not all. The new warehouse will be including additional quests and story elements. There we go. The warehouses are going to be amazing, it sounds like, in this chapter. Best watch out because things are going to get dangerous. They're already super dangerous. If you guys don't nerf the tape bots, the warehouse is going to be like, you're saying this like it's not already incredibly dangerous. 2 hits and you're dead. Come on, devs. Please nerf the tape bots in this update. If you're going to make the warehouse more dangerous, then just make the tape bots a little bit less dangerous. A warning from the devs. The new update might cause the old warehouse key to turn into a circuit board. We will be introducing a new warehouse key in its place when the next chapter is out. Okay, that's fine. I have plenty of experience getting my share of warehouse keys now. Not a big deal. All right, wardrobe. What's an update without some brand new threads for your mechanic? The next chapter will be introducing a lot of funny t-shirt designs along with some special rare outfits. For example, take a look at the welder outfit that will be included in our next chapter. That's pretty cool. Backpack is meh. I mean, you can't really beat the applicator backpack, to be honest, but I actually like the front of this. I like the vest and the pants. The red is my color. The gloves, the red is definitely my color. I would like most of this outfit. So this is just a sneak peek into the motherload of content that the next chapter is going to contain. The devs have a lot more irons in the fire, and they'll be bringing them out in the following DevBlog, so stick around for more awesome news. So this seems like chapter 2 is still a ways off, which I'm kind of disappointed that it definitely seems like they have a lot more work to do. So I feel like we're probably going to have to wait for a lot of 2021 before we're going to have access to chapter 2. And the big uncertainty that I have is I don't know if we're going to be able to actually continue our world with the new chapter. I'm assuming with all these new areas and stuff that it's going to be best to just start a new world, and that's what I plan on doing as well. When chapter 2 comes out, I want a fresh survival world. I mean, we're going to have NPCs and a quest system, so it'd be better to start from the beginning just to see how the beginning introduces quests and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be a great chance to just have a brand new world and maybe make some underground bases, or I don't know. Underground base actually sounds really inconvenient. I wonder if you can farm underground. Oh, there's a question. I wonder if you can actually plant underground. Probably not. The bedrock is probably going to be a specific type of rock down here. All right, so I have to say my favorite part of this update is this guy right here. I am really looking forward to some more intense warehouse runs. I really want to see what the warehouse is going to be all about with the quests and the boss. I want to know what this boss drops. What kind of loot are we going to be getting from this guy? There better be some satisfying loot that we get from this guy, because if we get to fight this guy and then he doesn't really drop anything, then that's going to be very disappointing. Also, sticky wheels. Sticky wheels is definitely a strong contender for a favorite. This is something that is just completely new, like a new kind of thing to the game in its entirety. So I am definitely looking forward to the sticky wheels. And then my least favorite part is this guy right, red guy, you can just go home. I don't want you in my world. All right. I am not looking forward to these guys, okay? And in case you forgot or you haven't paid attention, the ugly ScrapMan sweater, which is currently on the merch store, will be gone forever from the merch store at the end of the month. So if you haven't gotten one yet and you've been thinking about you might want to have one just as a part of ScrapMan history and to help support the channel, this is going to be your last chance, like your last week or two to get one of these. So check the link down in the description if you want to get yours or any other merch on the store for that matter. I hope you guys enjoyed this dive into the DevBlog review. If you want to see more content on the channel, go ahead and check out the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.